All right, so we're live. Hey, we're here with Douglas from cXc.world. I'm excited to learn more about it. Like when we were talking about this a little while back. Hey, we're here with Douglas. Dude, I just pulled a Jimmy. Don't tell me.
We're good.
So yeah, we were talking. I remember I was sitting in Blue's backyard actually, and you guys were talking about some stuff that would eventually become Yoshi drops down the road and brainstorming around that. And you're talking about your do you call it Blue or Blux? Because I always call it Blux.
Yeah, so we have Blux, but in our original plans, we had a token called Blue, which was supposed to be like the human verified version of Blux, which like after researching is like a super hard problem to solve. And you kind of have to like piggyback on another system. So right now in beta, like we were like, okay, we're not going to do anything with Blue at all. We're just going to do Blux. And then like I realized like, oh, well, maybe we don't even need Blue to do that. So like that was around the same time we connected. But yeah, like so we have Blux as our token. Blux is the only one that's going to be useful.
I want people to understand like how this stuff happened, right? Because we launched with 21 pools. Ken was actually supposed to be in that running, but he was like, "Oh, our sale goes till the end of the month," and so he changed his mind after he literally took one look at Bludac running and canceled the rest of his sale. It's like, we need to get on this right now. So that was fun. But again, like, listing Blux on, what Bludac was, we barely even knew what it was going to be, was a conversation that you and Blue had, like, before we talked to almost anyone else, right? So, like, this is where, like, again, we've committed to launching with 21 pools. Ken was supposed to be on the list. We're getting him in. You were supposed to be on the list. We're getting you and Blux in, like, probably within the next couple of days here. And then, again, the liquidity pools that we put that challenge out there, right?
Yeah.
All the pairs that get into the top 10 liquidity that we aren't helping yet are going to be the ones that get the 5 million over 30 days promo launch pools next month. So I just want everyone to kind of understand like how all that stuff came about. When we make a prior commitment, we're going to stick to it, period. Like it's something that we absolutely need to do, even though we're all moving so fast that I guarantee you I'm going to forget something in the next month. Like I just know I will. If it's you that I forget about, I'm sorry. I love you. Remind me. We'll get it fixed.
Right. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'll give a little bit of a backstory because I think that what you're talking about, like anybody watching is like, what is going on? Like, what are you talking about? So basically, like my involvement with you guys was originally through like Yoshi. So when Yoshi was looking for music NFT stuff, he kind of popped in, and somebody from Wax, like the actual Wax blockchain team, directed him to both my project and your project, right? So I connected with Yoshi, and like I was like at the same time having our IEO with Purple and just like slamming work. And it was like too much because I was getting really stressed out because it's like, oh man, I want to help this dude. I think it's great, but I just can't do it. So like he was talking to you and it worked out with Yoshi drops. And like, I was so grateful that everything worked out with him or with Yoshi drops. And it's been such an incredible, amazing, big thing. So I kind of formed a different relationship with Yoshi. Like, we started working with music a little bit. Like he mixed a couple of the songs. And actually, if you're going to be at MVMF today at the Emanate or the .gems stage in CryptoVoxels, I'm dropping a song called "You Are Love" that was mixed by Yoshi. We haven't dropped it as an NFT yet. So yeah, we're doing that. Anyway, to make a long story medium. So then back to the Blue thing. So like I talked to, I guess like my contact was like, I was just thinking, oh, I can, talk to Yoshi, but like I realized now, like I've just been talking to the wrong people at your project. So anyway, like I connected with Yoshi and Blue on a call. And this was like at the beginning of Bludac when they were just, figuring this stuff out. Like he's like, don't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody. So like, we had this talk and like before he tells me about the Blue token, right? Like I have no idea about this, but I've known that his name is Blue and I've known that our project has had the Blue token since like 2018 or whatever. So I like apologized to him. Like I was like, yo, Blue, like I just wanted to say like, I'm sorry for using your name as our token. Like I didn't plan that at all. Like I did this years before I ever had heard of you. right? And then like they like kind of look at each other, and I think they actually like went into like a private chat without me, like to be like, yo, did you tell him or whatever? But no, like I didn't know. So anyway, like I talked to Blue and like wanted to be involved like in any way, and like we were still brewing ideas and stuff about NFTs and things like that. So yeah, like we were gonna get our tokens on there. Like we were super hyped to be involved in that, and at such an early stage. So now we're here, and like the way our tokenomics work, which I'm stoked to get into and explain more about the app. But the way the tokenomics works is like we don't have like Blux for us or for our project. We have a certain promotional Blux that we minted at the beginning to give to like, we have a Kate airdrop for Blux coming up. That's big news. I believe they're doing it on Halloween, but go to the Kate Twitter. They have a link to there. Or if you're just like signed up for the Kate airdrops already, you already have your wallet on that list, you will get Blux. We hooked them up with 400,000 Blux, which they're gonna airdrop to everybody. But yeah, anyway,
airdropping it too.
Their whole list, I believe.
Oh, like how are they defining their list these days? People that
yeah. No, they have like it's a smart contract. Like you call a smart contract action, like add my name to the list. I don't know if I can drop like a link. Maybe I'll drop a link in the YouTube comment or whatever.
Or yeah, drop it in the private chat here and I'll throw it in the comments.
All right. Yeah. So
I'm totally I'm degenerating out. Like, how do I get on this airdrop? Granted, like
I got it.
Got some a little bit of Blux already. I definitely want to get some more. I just want I'm gonna leave it open for.
Yeah, bro. That's
Valcourt is getting rated right now.
Possibly. Yo, but what I was gonna say is, so the problem with Blux is like we don't have this initial supply, and Blux is a reward that you get as an artist for having your music on the map when it gets an up, right? So people get a certain amount of these soul tokens that they can give an up, and whenever they receive a soul up on their music, they get a Blux, right? So that's coming in beta. And right now, the only way to get Blux is by staking Purple, which is our reward token for our top chart musicians. Or you can just buy it, right? So by staking Purple, you can get a daily supply of Blux. So we've had that running for about 3 months, and that's like building up the market slowly. So like we've been building up liquidity, and like we're right at this precipice that like, with this extra Blux we're giving to everybody with Kate that'll end up on the market, we're going to reach a nice point of like people having tokens and people wanting tokens. And then, Blux also has a burning function within the app. Like if you want to promote your music more, you burn Blux. So the supply will be constantly increasing, constantly going down. And it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm gonna pull up your platform here in a minute. I was just telling, so Daniel Date, if you want Blux, there's Wax pairs. I think there's actually Wax order book market, and there's a Blue pair as well. But we are, we've been working on adding liquidity to it, just so it's got a little bit of stability when we smash it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and like I'm down. Like we still have promotional budget left. Like I had to look at that, but we can do a swap again and like stake more liquidity to that. Because like for me, I'm like I set up these rules. I'm not gonna break these rules and just mint a bunch of Blux because we need liquidity, right?
Like it's amazing how many times, like I always said, like the uplift team is gonna go to the players and the landowners, and that's it, right? And so many times. People that are in the orbit of our company are like, hey, why don't we just mint some and do it for this? And I'm like, no, like to the point where like we're doing this estate sale thing, right? Like the little pre-sale with like big blocks of land in the little corner of Gratitude that we're putting on the market in a little bit here, and we're doing some builder time for it, which we've never tried before. Like we're doing this whole thing or whatever, and it's in a survival world. They're gonna need stuff, right? So we just launched shops. People can actually go in and buy some stuff. Like, cool, we can just like include some uplifting. I'm like, nope, right? So we're actually having to go back on the secondary market to buy back uplifting, which I'm super fucking stoked about, frankly, right? And then we put that as a bundle in there with some builder time, and it's just going to create that awesome economic loop where we're having to get this stuff off the market, which gives it that much more. Like it's not a lot or whatever, but we're grabbing it off the market to give it value. and it's going immediately to builders that are going to then go to the shops and be buying up stuff that has been mined in the world, right? Like that's the kind of
dude,
for a long time.
Man, and I'm stoked for that. Like I saw your like signs, as part of the concept for the shops, and it looks super cool, man. Like I'm stoked to see that pop off even more. Like it's just like it's so crazy as it is now. It's like, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. All right, hey, let me pull this out because I want to get like a full what the hell is going on with this, because I
dude,
get a distinct impression that it's gonna be pretty boss. Just give me 1 sec here. Boom. So tell me what's going on here.
Yeah, I can't see your screen.
Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. Boom. Let's try that.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're in the top music charts, right? So basically, whatever view you're looking at, you're going to see the dots on the screen, but you're also going to have it mirrored in these top music charts. Right now, in alpha, everything is global, right? So we have one top charts, we have one person on top, and it's accruing over time. So like it's kind of hard to knock the top chart person off. So so that's the general concept. We have top charts, and whenever you get upvotes, you can see upvote this track, and it's got like a number. Whenever you get upvotes, not only do you start to raise in the charts, but your circle gets bigger. Okay, so the bigger circles you're seeing, the more upvotes it's gotten.
Dude, this is epic, man.
Hell yeah, man.
What the hell?
Yeah, like the colors of the dots are genres, and the fill is the mood. So you have genre and mood up there, and like you can click like I think EDM, rock has a bunch, rap has a bunch, like, and you can just see like that it'll be that color of dot and that genre of music on the map, right?
Dude.
So
my God, I've seen this before. This is kind of epic, dude.
Hell yeah, man. It's been like, I mean, like this is a project that's it's years. Like I've been doing this for years, like, and this is just our MVP. You know what I mean? Like what you're seeing, this is the MVP, the minimum viable product, that is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, like, and the cool thing is you have these dots now, but also you have the same top chart list. So you can just quickly see who's the top musicians in the world that have this type of music, right? Or at least that are interactive.
Is this tracking? So how do you get listed on current exchange? Is it everybody, or is it
everybody can do it right now? Right now, anybody can do it. It's completely open. Obviously, whenever our tokenomics launch, you're going to have to be logged in, and you're going to have to actually play one of our tokens, which we give you for free. It's the Soul token. I can explain that a bit more in a second. But you have to actually, sign in and sign a transaction in order to post eventually.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, let me get back to here's the next step, right? So right now you're seeing the chart for global and for all time. We built a geotemporal system. So geo, as in the charts are nationwide, and in the United States we have states, we have counties, and we have cities. We have like, I forget if it's like 30,000 or like 50,000. I think it's 28,000. But we have a database of 28,000 cities in the United States, and every single one of those cities, if you post music to it, you will show up on the top charts for that city, right? And we also have a search bar, so you can search just location. You can't search what type of music you want. Well, I mean, you can with the dropdown, but you can't search for titles. Like, it's not like YouTube. You wouldn't search like, whatever artist you like, Pigeons Playing Ping Pong. You would search, Garrett County, Maryland. That's where I'm from, right? And then it would zoom in and show you exactly that, that place. So we have that working, like, and there's some screenshots around it, probably in the Purple Explainer. If you Google Purple Explainer or find it through our links, it's down at the Learn. That's where we have our like technical documentation, right? Sure. So so that's the geo aspect. We have these five layers, and then where it gets like even more mind blowing is we have a temporal aspect. So what we've done is we've broken down a day into 288 time units, and those are 5-minute time units. So 5 minutes happens 288 times a day. And we've assigned a token value to each of those time units. So each registered person on our map gets an allocation of 1 soul token per time unit that they can vote with. So we're giving you 288 of these tokens, which are, they're controlled by our contract. It's not like a EOSIA token that you can just trade. It's a simple asset, it's fungible, controlled by us. It's an in-game asset type thing. And you can use this to vote on people's stuff. And as soon as you send that soul up vote, we mint 1 Blux, or we transfer 1 Blux to the artist. If they have their account synced to the music, we mint it automatically to the artist, right? So that's the base level of the economy. Is we have these time units which are backed in a currency, and each person is allocated 1 currency per time unit, 288 per day, and you can refresh that every day. And then you can send an upvote, and that can be 1 upvote for 1 song, or you can blow all your soul on 1 song. Like if you really like a song, or even if it's your song, like you can promote yourself. Like you can just upvote it. Actually, you don't get paid if you promote something that's linked to your own account, but you can still do it. You can still get like up in the charts a little bit. So yeah, like you have that much power. Every person has that much power, and then that's going to decide where these dots move.
That's fascinating. I'm having, I think, a weird degen moment, and I don't know, this might not make any sense at all, and it might not really match the vision, but I'm not sure. Farming Tales started as this thing where you buy NFTs or whatever, and it was like actually linked to real world kind of farming assets, right? It was kind of like Olive Land, did their little kind of beta test of that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then Farming Tales saw what was going on with Farmer's World, slapped a game on top of it, and now it's like launched to the top of Atomic Hub, right?
Okay.
So I wonder if there is any way, because like as its own loop, this doesn't need anything, right? Like I think like as an experiment in community and music value, like this is gonna work. But I wonder if there will be any kind of opportunity to draft on the gamification that's going on in the Wax ecosystem. I know it's kind of everywhere else too. Because like I found myself wanting to like, so because it was almost like Alien Worlds land, right? So I have a song that's kind of like a piece of land in this universe, right?
Yeah.
And so we can mine Blux token by getting votes on that song or whatever, right?
Exactly.
Like, so does the artist is getting all that stuff. So what if I could fix so that's like on my Alien Worlds land, I have 100% now on that, right? And this is like a different thing. It's about art, it's about the music, it's about the community, whatever. But what happens if I could make a slider and have 50% of that go back to the person? Now then we're gamifying it away from, I'm not uploading music anymore. Like I'm hiring, basically not hiring, recruiting a bunch of degen, blockchain game players to come in and mine Blux token through my song land, right? So that's what I say. Like I don't know if it really matches the vision, but like there could be some gamification layers there that just sort of like adapt slightly to the environment that we're all in on the Wax blockchain, and just give everything like a kick in the pants. Maybe.
Word. So what you're saying about getting like a kickback, that's probably not something we've explored, but what we have explored is like basically splitting the Blux that you do get. So you have a band, you got 12 people in your band.
Right.
So we want you to be able to split it up to 12 ways. And it's kind of an awkward problem. Like I love solving these little problems, right? So the problem is Blux isn't divisible. So if you get 1 upvote, we can't split a Blux 12 different ways to pay people, right?
Right.
So like the solution I've came up with is like you have a circular list, and you pick what position you're at on that list, and then you fill in, and then it's like this person gets paid, this person gets paid, and it's like 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So anyway, little side tangent. That was a fun thing to solve, and that's not coming in beta, but that will be available in a release after beta, the ability to split up tokens. So yeah, back to the gamification thing, bro. Like with this metaverse music festival thing, like
Yeah.
I was just envisioning while you were talking, and like I'm thinking, you know, we can gamify this by letting people put up like I don't know if we can overlay the CryptoVoxels universe or somehow let people put up their coordinates and have live events in the metaverse. And, you know, that can be connected to this as well. Like, you know, the possibilities are endless. And something that we planned for a long time is like right now they're all circles, you know? So we're going to have triangles for events. So if you see a triangle event going on, there's a triangle going on, like there's a live event coming up in the next, you know, week or 24 hours or whatever the setting is. Yeah. So, and then we're going to have artists squares for artists. I mean, maybe it could be a star, like it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we want to have different displays and like start to layer up the information. So like, yeah, we need to think about that. How can we put a layer of gamification? Like, what does that look like? Is that, you know, being able to connect things to the metaverse, to have concerts? Is that some extension of the economic system that maybe involves other projects and like bridges and things like that? The possibilities are endless, but I'm stoked for all the things I'm seeing, like with just the possibilities of tech, like everything that the Uplift world is doing, everything that CryptoVoxels space, like the dot gems, their whole stage and things like that. So sky's the limit.
Yeah, this is exciting, man. This is really exciting.
Yeah, dude.
You guys have clearly done just a metric shit ton of work on this, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, this is my life. Like, I incorporated this business in 2014, and like, oh, wow. I've been building websites since I was 16, like web apps. I launched basically social network that I built from scratch when I was 16 years old, and after that, I launched the world's first. It was like a completely Ajax-based forum, like it was just a single page app with no reloads, which is actually really bad for search engine optimization. But anyway, I went to school for marketing because like, I'm like, why the hell are my apps not taking off? Like I'm making badass shit. So, so anyway, like I've had this idea to do something like this. And this idea came before 2014. But like, you know, when you have a million ideas and you've already been doing it for 5 years or so, you can really focus on whatever's the best and trust that. And it's something I've felt guided to do. Like I've had connection with my higher self. I've had connection and push through this whole thing. And yeah, it's the most exciting thing in my life. And I'm continually pouring energy into it. We've been live for over 2 years now. Like with this version of the app, we went through 2 upgrades since our first release. We do like 1 upgrade every year, or 1 sort of major upgrade. Yeah, dude, but it is a lot of work. Like if you look into the economic system, it's very well laid out, and it's like the 3rd version of it that I've made. And I actually completely built beta on Web 2.0 tech before. So, and I didn't release it because then we moved to Wax and I have to, you know, redo everything. So now it's coming back, and it's coming with the tokenomics evolved. But yeah, like all this is like so much of a thing building up, but at the same point, you know, we're still right here. Like we're not, woo, like there's a lot of, you know, we were 1 person, now we're 4 people. Now we're like, you know, we're about to expand more. Like once these economics come into play, once people are already trading the blocks on Bludac, you know, pumping everything up, like this is the rocket engine. Like I'm stoked to be here talking with you because I know that this is the fuel. Like I can build the best tech in the world, but if people don't know about it, like what's the point? The tree fell in the woods and nobody heard it. So
I mean, it's funny, right? Like we talked about when Blue and Bullshipples and Ken and I were chatting about this. Like I really do see Bludac as a way for communities to get to know each other, right? Like like we're gonna start seeing, you know, all the tokens intermingle. Like Shipple's planning on doing token pairs with fucking everybody, right? Because with the community tools, they're going to be incentivizing adding liquidity to the Blux Shipple pair because they can, right? Our system's going to allow them to do that. And then, NFT staking, it's not just going to be Blue that's going to be doing NFT plus Blue staking, right? It's going to be everybody with a membership who can set up their own, community tools to do that, right? So then now you have collabs where, you get Blux times a Ken NFT or a digital asset NFT that gives out some Aether rewards or whatever. Like it's that the possibilities for collaboration just go through the roof, right? And just like having, we're listing the projects that we have and that we will be, and we're creating this family and then driving liquidity everywhere so that people can move in and out of them at will. And it just allows people to kind of experience all these different things. And it just, I don't know, man, I get fucking super stoked about this.
Bro, fuck yeah, dude. I'm stoked. Like, I've been stoked for months, man. Like, I've been secretly stoked because like I knew an inkling of what was happening, and I still feel like I just know an inkling of like by what I see, but like how I see it happening, or like how I see the energetic movement is like we are these projects are like these little plants with their roots down, right? And what plants do when they need nutrients and they're connected with other roots is they share these nutrients through the roots, right? And these liquidity pools are these plants, and through Blue or Shipple or really any pair, like we're all helping each other out and sharing and shifting. And then like whenever that kicks, whenever it goes up, like then we have all these roots and we shoot up at the same time, and now we're more, if you imagine the leaves all touching together, like that's the community is we're now this forest that's an ecosystem that, now can support life, can support people like really being here, really like being even more involved in the projects, being even more expressive and sharing, like, when people get really into it, they share it with other people, and we continue to grow this. And yeah, dude, flowers and like blooms. It's great. And
the analogy about how all the root systems in a forest are all interconnected, right? There's like a free flow of resources, and that really, it's a great analogy. I think I absolutely see that, and we're again like the version now that we've launched is like the super basic version of that, right? Like there's pipes between all the projects and Blue, which actually allows for people within 2 steps to kind of move anywhere, right? Which is cool. But pretty sure there's going to be connections everywhere to everywhere, right? And that network value is really, at the end of the day, that's what it's always been about, right? Whether it's the internet or the new internet of money or the new internet of value or whatever, just creating those network connections ends up just producing more value over time. It's just what happens. So yeah, it's gonna be nuts, man. And I mean, I gotta get a song listed on this freaking beast.
Yeah, man. So you just post where you're recorded, and you can double click, right? So try to zoom into where you recorded, and like it's key that the city that you recorded it in is the closest, right? So you can just double click anywhere else and it'll move it. But yeah,
there's a city up there. Oh, and you just put the little URL up there.
Yeah, so we use centralized players. We're probably going to include decentralized players eventually, but we have to have a way to like link your music to your Wax account. So we do that by linking your Google ID to your Wax ID, and or your YouTube account to your Wax account. And then anytime anybody posts your music, so you don't even have to post your music to get paid. You just have to have, own the YouTube account and have it linked to your Wax account. And then anybody who posts a video from your channel onto the map and people upvote it will automatically either pay you or keep a record that we owe this YouTube account, $1 million bucks or whatever, $10, $50.
It's like geospatial Spotify cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So like, yeah, as long as, I just want to say this for anybody listening that wants to post, like you can double click, just make sure you are zoomed in, and it's a lot easier if you zoom in. And also if you change the map style, you can see we have labeled map styles, and that's down in the left, in this corner under settings.
Got it.
You can go to background. It's called something else in beta, but yeah. So yeah, the labeled ones will tell you the city if I know we're all a bit geographically challenged. So, but yeah, as long as it's closest to the city, what we do is after you post the music, we're reading where that dot is. And then we have a database in PostgreSQL of all the cities. And we do like a distance check. It's like a ST distance function. And we find the closest city, and then we store that information in a super cacheable way. So we store the city, the county, and all that, the state, in a way that makes it super efficient for our database to then later query it. And that makes like the locational aspect very quick. And also we're able to cache pretty much any result. So we're not like in beta, we don't have to go to the database and do these big queries to bring back all this music and figure out who has what. We can cache everything and make it super quick.
That's huge. I have a feature request.
Sure, man.
YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, NFT template ID.
What do you mean NFT? Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. That is like the easiest thing we could add, bro.
I know. It's just like yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Yeah, dude. That's it. That's all you need, right?
Yeah. Because we're doing collections on, like I'm gonna be dropping some stuff on Yoshi Drops, and I know other people are doing that as well. And like I don't think I'm ever gonna release music as just a YouTube video ever again, and I don't want to. So like,
sure.
Right? It's like I have it up there on NFTs. I know Taco's doing a bunch of stuff with music NFTs. I know Kate's doing a bunch of stuff with music NFTs. Like, do that, and I'll yell at them to get all that shit on here, and we'll just like use this as the place to discover cool ass music that's on the blockchain.
Word. And we can even you can do a search. Like I've been thinking about how to do this, but we're definitely gonna have a search that you can just see NFT music. Right?
Yeah.
And I've been planning to have like a minter onto the site. So eventually you're going to be able to mint your NFT right from there. But like for now, like that is the easy solution. Like we can just add a template ID. I can embed it right there, like just like we're embedding the YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. Get the data from it.
I'm going to get that up, bro. I'm going to really do that. Like for sure. I'm petting my dog.
Cool. All right. That's brilliant. All right. Hey, listen, I got to rinse, repeat, and like throw some water on my face because I don't have another meeting in a few minutes.
Word.
Doug, can I call it Doug? Douglas, which you prefer?
Whatever. I mean, Douglas, I'm like keeping it professional, but
that makes
God soul. my rap name, my first rap name is like Sir Douglas Fresh. So like pretty much when I go home, I'm always Fresh or Dougie Fresh. Fresh
now. I think that's like we've gone from like, oh, you want Doug cool? No. So Douglas Fresh is like that's how I'm gonna go moving forward. So yeah, we definitely need to get you back on with Jimmy in the morning. And I like again like these meetup things. Like I want to get it to the point where it's like 3 people that are on or about to be on projects that are about to be on Bludac, and just started a couple days ago. So like I'm really excited that you managed to get on here. I was actually trying to get Farming Tales and Taco like today, and they're like, oh, we're like launching revolutionary shit today. Like fuck you, everyone's busy. Anyway,
I'm here.
I know.
I got the metaverse. Like my day is just like I'm on Discord listening to the metaverse thing. I'm trying to build their website, like web.mvmf.live. I'm helping them like add the information that's important there. So yeah, like I'm happy I could show up, dude. It worked out.
Back a bunch, especially considering
dude.
All the different music stuff. Like we had music day on freaking Bludac Meetup, and have everybody that's doing that kind of stuff in the space. When you throw that up there on there, just let me know and we'll have you back on to demo it and play around with it and stuff.
For sure.
Fucking A, man. This is cool.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sir,
all right, man.
Fresh.
Corey, it's been great. Super grateful for all your help, like helping getting us on and moving us forward so we can all grow together. And yeah, man, let's keep doing it.
Awesome. Cheers.
All right, peace.
Boom.